Have you ever been to one of those big box Swedish contemporary knockdown furniture stores and looked at some of this stuff and kind of secretly thought to yourself, I kind of like that? Well, now you can make your own, but it's even inexpensiver. I designed this stand to store all these computer peripherals that I don't need to physically access all the time, like my router and my modem and my cable telephone thing. To copy those inexpensive knockdown versions, I used white melamine for the shelves, and these two shelves are adjustable. I'm using 3/4 inch dowels for the legs, and I'm making them all about 36 inches long. I want to make shelf pin holes in all 4 of these dowels, but they all need to be in the same location so that the shelves sit evenly. So I'm going to make a crude jig using this 2x3. I've got this shelf pin jig that I'm just going to clamp down. This jig comes with this special drill bit that has a stop on it, kind of like a pocket hole jig. And this thing also comes with this pin that I'm just going to use as a movable stop block. I can just clamp this long board onto my drill press table with the holes over on this side. And I can put that pin in. I put that same drill bit from the shelf pin jig into my drill press, and I've got it set up to where it's going to stop before it goes all the way through the dowel. Using that pin as a stop block, I could put my dowel in here and drill a hole. And I'll do that on all 4. Now, without moving my board, I'll just move this pin over into the next hole. And continue on. To make sure these holes all stay in a line, what I'm doing is I'm dropping my drill bit down into the previous hole that I made to line everything up. Lifting it out, and then I'm just sliding this over. Maybe a little bit off, but I think it's close enough. I'm going to drill a 3/4 inch hole in the corner of each of these melamine pieces. If you decide to use melamine for any kind of project, you just need to be careful that you've got some sort of a backer board underneath it to prevent any of this white stuff from chipping out. I decided to cut these legs down to 32 inches. The 36 inches just seemed out of proportion. And I put a coat of paste wax on these, so I think they'll slide into the holes a little easier. And I'm gonna drop these legs in with the holes facing the inside. I'm attaching the top and bottom shelves with a screw into each leg. Now I'm just going to try to thread the 2 middle shelves down. They don't get attached. And I can attach this top shelf the same way as I did the bottom one. And I'm just going to iron on some of this melamine edging. This edge banding will cover up the edges and hide the screws. I picked up some of these plastic tips that I'll put on both the bottom and the tops. I cut up a 1/4 inch dowel into a bunch of little shelf pins. And I can just put those in the holes wherever I want the shelf to be. Well, I guess it's a little tight. I guess if I was gonna do this again, I would make these holes in these 2 shelves a little bit bigger. But it's working all right. One nice thing about using melamine is that it cleans up really nicely with lacquer thinner. I have some adhesive that's squeezed out from this edge banding and it takes it right off. One way to simplify construction, rather than making all of the holes in the legs and using the shelf pins, is to consider using one of these metal kind of straps that it would go around like this and tighten up, and you could use that as a shelf support. Thanks for watching this knock-off, knock-down furniture project. It's a simple one, and I think anybody could make it. It'd be a great beginner's project, and well, you could even use wood if you wanted to. I won't tell anybody. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have new woodworking videos every Friday. I'll see you next week.